Alright guys, I'm going to be making a bunch of videos today because there's a lot of really interesting things that are just surfacing in the news. So the first video I'm going to make is regarding this article I just posted that's pretty interesting actually, so I'm just going to go over it with you guys. So gold rises on safe haven demand over Syria. Fed QE debate continues. So there are a few things that are going on right now with the gold and silver market which are moving these prices. So first we have this move is supported by several factors, including possible U.S. military action against Syria. So that's the first thing, that a lot of the time gold and silver rise very quickly due to what is called the fear trade. So people are sort of fearful of what's going to happen in sort of the geopolitical spectrum of the world. So, as we know, the US military has been getting involved in a lot of conflicts over the past 10 years. And what do you know? Gold and silver have been rising for the past 10 years. So, but if you look at just the past two to 3 years now, gold and silver have been selling off, I guess, as the war drums sort of stopped beating as quickly as they were in the past. So that's one way you could interpret this price decline, that, uh, you know, the U.S. military has not been getting involved in as many wars as they have over the past 10 years. So just taking a sample of the past 2 years and comparing it to the past 10 years, the war drums have sort of been slowing down a little bit. And what we see now is a lot of news coming out regarding getting involved in the Syrian conflict with these chemical weapons that have been used against rebels last week. The U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said late Monday that there were undeniable evidence in the deadly attack. So, as you can see, the war drums are starting to beat a little bit quicker here, and the fear trade is starting to come back into gold and silver. So that's one reason for why we're having this recent price, this recent, I guess you could call it a rally in prices, going from 1850 to 2450 in silver is quite a big move if you ask me. So that's the first reason. Now the second reason is on a technical level. There's a lot of bullish technical chart patterns that are being seen in the price. I mean, we recently crossed the 100-day moving average, and I guess you could say a lot of the technical indicators over the past, let's say, 4 months have all been extremely negative. They've all been extremely bearish. So everybody has just been considering the downside. The shorts piled in as soon as they could, and they just pushed the price down as far as possible. So the technicals that are starting to turn around, that's another reason for why people are starting to get sort of a lot more bullish than they have been in the past. And the final reason here in this article is that the Federal Reserve might abstain from curbing its bond purchases. Several analysts are mainly citing a flare-up in tensions in Syria as lifting gold prices. So although the Syrian conflict is what many people are citing as the main reason for this recent price move, you could call it, another big reason is the weak U.S. economic data that has just come out that has led to speculation about the likelihood of a Fed tapering of quantitative easing going into the September 18 meeting. So guys, I'm just going to throw a scenario out there and I'm going to make a prediction. If these two events happen the way that I say they will happen, you can bet that we will see $30 plus for silver by the end of the year. So if one, US gets involved more heavily in Syria and they take military action, if that scenario comes true, and also two, on the September 18th meeting, if the Federal Reserve does not taper quantitative easing, it is my prediction that we could see $30 plus for silver going into 2014. So honestly, this could all happen in the next couple of months. It doesn't even have to be until the new year. honestly, prices could move very, very quickly if these two events take place. And I don't know, that's basically my bullish forecast for you guys. Now, a bearish forecast could possibly be if the Federal Reserve comes out and says, you know what, we're going to just taper by 5 billion. I've cited this reason in the past as being a bearish indicator for the precious metals, but honestly, they could come out and say we're going to taper by 2 billion, we're going to taper by 1 billion. Just the fact that they are sort of hinting at the trend of starting to taper quantitative easing, if they even taper by a little bit, it's my opinion that people will take that as, you know what, maybe next time they're going to start tapering some more. And then maybe the next meeting they're going to start tapering some more. So it's really all about the psychology of the markets, what people think is going to happen, what people sort of perceive the moves of the Federal Reserve as being. So that could have a very negative effect on the prices. And also, you know, if US doesn't overtly get involved in Syria, if they don't sort of make massive news headlines about military action in Syria, all of this stuff, if they kind of keep it on the down low and they keep their military action quiet, this also could, you know, it could have a negative effect on the prices. Or maybe not a negative effect, it might just not have an effect at all. So, I don't know, these are just my thoughts, these are just my speculations. Please be, you know, just leave your speculation and your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm really interested in hearing what you guys have to say regarding, you know, the future moves of gold and silver. So basically, where do you see the price standing by the end of the year? Do you think we could see, you know, $30 silver plus by the end of the year, or are you more in the bearish camp of this market? So go ahead and leave your comments down below.